Troy Kearns, real estate investor, bringing it to you from my Las Vegas studio. And in today's exciting topic, we're going to talk about having your real estate license and being an investor. Should you do it? Shouldn't you do it? What's the benefits? What's the liabilities? Is having a real estate license a good thing for an investor, or is it not? And I should know a little bit about this because for the past 15 years, I've been a licensed agent in the state of Nevada. And for the past 10 years, I've been investing in property all over the country. So I know about having a license and I know about investing in real estate. So I'm the perfect guy to cover this topic. And if you're already an agent and you're thinking about becoming an active investor, then you definitely need to watch this until the end because of my experience. I'm going to tell you the ups and the downs, the goods and the bads about having your license and investing in real estate. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit our notification button, comment below. We definitely appreciate it and we answer all of our comments. So if you have a comment, you got a question, you want to make sure that you comment below and make sure you share this video with a friend if they're investing in real estate right now or if they're an agent right now. So one of the best things about having your license and being a real estate investor is that you have MLS access, right? The multiple listing service is what every realtor uses to comp properties, to list properties, to look for properties for sale, and to look for properties for their buyers and to sell properties for their sellers. That's where you're gonna find a lot of your deals and that's where you're gonna be able to list a lot of your properties. And also, you're not gonna have to pay another agent a commission because you have your own license. So that's a huge plus. When you're an investor, if you're flipping properties, you can save that commission, right? And if you're investing in other states, you can get a referral commission on that as well, right? So if you go and refer it out, you can say, you know what, I'm a licensed agent in the state of Nevada. Would you kick me 50%, 25%, whatever percent that you can negotiate with that person because you have a license which allows you to earn a referral fee as an agent. It also gives you another opportunity. Having your license gives you multiple opportunities to earn more income. For example, I'm sure if you're an investor right now, maybe you gave someone an offer that was too low, but if you had your license, maybe they would list it with you, right? So let me give you a real life example with me. I definitely have been to properties before where I've said, you know what? It's been very clear that they were not gonna take the type of offer that I was gonna take. So at that point in time, I switched roles from my investor hat. I put on my, hey, I'm listing your house hat. And I said, you know what? It doesn't look like it's gonna work for us to go ahead and buy your house, but I would definitely be ready to list your house and get you the most money that I possibly could as an agent versus give you the least I possibly can as an investor, because I understand that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is maximum market exposure and you want the maximum price. Don't you, sir? Yes, I do. That's what I want. So that's a great reason to have your license. Another major benefit is there's so many agents, there's such good connections, it's an excellent opportunity to network, right? I will tell you that I know so many agents in different countries, different counties, different states, and having a big network of people with access to properties is a great thing. So that's another big benefit to having your license, is being able to network through all the functions that membership of having your license gains you access to. Another benefit is the network that you'll be able to get access to by having your license. By simply plugging in to the MLS, you're gonna be part of a board, part of something that they're gonna hold events and training and all sorts of mentorship and ideas for becoming a successful real estate agent. One huge benefit that I did not talk about, and I'm going to talk about right now, is the amount of knowledge that you're going to learn from transacting deals that aren't your own money, that you're not emotionally connected to, that are somebody else's money, that the experience you're going to get from having your license. For example, the reason that I'm a successful real estate investor is because I was trained by the banks. Thank you, Fannie Mae, thank you Bank of America, thank you GMAC, thank you Fidelity, thank you for the 38 companies that I worked for back in 2008 through 2012, selling thousands of properties because they trained me what it takes to negotiate, how it takes to get the best deal on a property. And that's what you're gonna learn when you have your license, because you're gonna see how other people negotiate on the buying and selling side. Good reason to get your license. When you have a real estate license, one of the requirements is that you have to have continuing education. Like any sort of professional license, generally they want to keep people educated about new changing laws, new changing things. And so you're going to be in the know on what's changing in your market, and you're going to be able to keep up on education because it's required. It's going to force you to educate yourself. Now, I'll tell you that some of the education that you're going to be forced to take is the same stuff you took last year, the year before that, and that's just part of the deal. All right, so we talked about the benefits. Let's talk about the negatives, right? Well, let me tell you, there are a lot of negatives, all right? So it's all rainbows and sunshines over there, right? No. When you're a real estate investor, you are obligated to no one. You're obligated to yourself. You don't have a fiduciary duty to anybody but yourself. But when you have a license, you have a duty to disclose that, because by definition of that professional license, you know more than the person that you're negotiating with, right? So you have to disclose that you are a licensee in a particular state. And I go a little bit further and say, you know what? I'm a licensee buying an investment property for investment purposes specifically. You don't want to get in there and say, I'm buying your property at the deepest discount I can possibly buy and I have my license. No. Be generic and be truthful, but disclose. You do not want to get in trouble for not disclosing. So that is one negative, okay? Because all of a sudden, you have to bring up a negative into the transaction, right? That's probably the biggest reason to not wanting to get your real estate license. It's also expensive, right? Getting your license is expensive. It costs about $2,000 per year for me to have my license. So if you're not selling any real estate, or if you're not investing in any real estate, you're not using that MLS, then it's just a cost, right? It also costs to maintain your license. It costs to go to networking events, and it costs to hang your license at a brokerage. And you know, one of the other things is the brokerages could have restrictions to protect them from you that doesn't allow you to invest in real property. That's a major problem. Like, they may have a restriction that says you're not allowed to buy property for yourself from anybody in our office ever. If you want to become an agent, then focus on becoming an agent. If you want to become an investor, then focus on becoming an investor. I would not get my license if I was becoming an investor today. In fact, I may get rid of my license, okay? Why? Because it's liability, right? I don't want any liability. I don't want anybody to say, oh, Troy had his license and he bought a property for me, and even though he disclosed it, it still shouldn't have happened. I just want to say, you know what? Here's my license, take it back. The only reason I'm holding on to it, and this is the truth, is because I was a very successful real estate broker that sold bank-owned homes, and with the economy going crazy right now, I feel like we could be headed towards a crash in the near future, not the immediate future, but the near future. And if that happens, the banks are going to be foreclosing on everybody. And you know who they're going to call? They're going to call me. And I'm going to sell thousands of properties in a short period of time. So I'm holding on to it until I decide that, you know what? I don't even care if the banks foreclose on them. I'm out. So for my purposes, my advice to you is hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't get your real estate license if you're investing. Get your real estate license if you're selling real estate. Get access to MLS other ways. Use websites like PropStream and other things. And forget about the license. It's a liability unless you're selling it. Don't get it.